Game 7 in Phoenix. We expected Luka to be brilliant. That was no problem. But JJ, Devin Booker and Chris Paul 0 for 11 in the first half.
Give the Mavericks a lot of credit here. They really limited these guys. They blitzed Booker on all dribble handoffs, all pick and rolls. They shaded Chris to his left. Just a great game plan from them. And with all the pettiness in this series, Luka Doncic was out for blood from the start.
And so was Spencer Dinwiddie, a step-back three. Luka loves what he's seeing. Then Luka's back on the floor. Mavs start pulling away, JJ, in the second quarter.
Yeah. Unfortunately, this wasn't much of a Game 7. And again, the Mavericks had a game plan. They executed it. And when you have the shot-making brilliance of Luka Doncic, you have Spencer Dinwiddie stepping up, playing at highly efficient basketball.
Look at this.
There's just not a whole lot that the Suns could do in this game.
There certainly wasn't much Cam Johnson could do there. Look at the watch party in Dallas. They're fired up. They're up 30 at the break. At halftime, it was Luka 27, Phoenix 27. And you thought, all right, the Suns are going to find something in halftime, and they will come out firing. And you know what? It was just the opposite, JJ. They never got back in the game.
More of the same. Again, Luka step-back threes. Anytime they doubled him, it was a quick swing pass to Jalen Brunson in the corner or Reggie Bullock in the corner. They had nobody that could stop Luka, and if you sent help, they made him pay.
He had 35 only because he didn't need 65. The Mavericks win by 33, and it wasn't that close. Jason Kidd, how to do it?
We don't know how far this can go. That's why we got to play them. That's why we showed up to play this evening. No one gave us a chance. A lot of people said it was going to be a blowout. Well, they were right. But they didn't have us on the winning side.
Were you aware at halftime you had as many points as the Suns?
Oh yeah, of course.
It's unbelievably funny. There's nothing funny, however, about this. It's the fifth time that Chris Paul has blown a 2-0 series lead in a best-of-7. The only other player in NBA history to blow even 3 such leads is Paul's former teammate, Blake Griffin. CP3 and the Suns also blew a 2-0 final series lead last season against the Bucks. And so let me come out here. There's so much to be said. And Pat Bev, we will give you the first crack. How do we explain? Look, congratulations to the Mavs and Luka. We will have plenty of time to talk about them. Yeah. But the no-show of the Suns, who were the best team in the NBA all year long, was stunning to a lot of people. How do you explain what we saw?
I mean, I wasn't surprised at all. You look at the roster top to bottom, you know, Dallas roster, Phoenix roster. I like Dallas roster better without Tim Hardaway still in it. They have no one that can guard Luka. They have no one that can really guard any position. They put themselves in a bad position this last couple games. Luka, all the shots that Luka made tonight, he shot all those same shots the last games before. Fortunately, they were able to go down tonight. But, I mean, it was a problem to start with. I said before the series, this is a very interesting series. No one can guard Luka. I don't really trust anyone in Phoenix. No one's never done it before. This is their just second time.
Yeah.
It's not like they're proven. You know, it's their second time in the playoffs. And Luka's been playing plenty Game 7. He showed why last night.
Well, let's be clear here. So for most of those Suns stars, this was just the second go-around. Obviously for Chris Paul.
Who do you mean stars?
Well, I'm talking about Devin Booker.
Okay, one.
DeAndre Ayton.
One.
Mikal Bridges?
No, let's stop.
Oh, I mean, so we're still just on one?
Just Devin Booker.
So Devin Booker, in your view, is the only star on that team. But you're saying the roster, a lot of us looked at it as though it's basically Luka by himself against the Suns. You're saying that was the wrong way to look at it.
Yeah, I think you should have looked at it the opposite. I think that the supporting cast when Luka came out this year, he was injured a little bit. The guys still hold it down. They still played well. Same with the Phoenix Suns, but the Phoenix Suns wasn't playing anybody if you looked at the teams that they played during out the year. I mean, Luka's a stud. He's been a stud. We're not surprised about that. I really don't see any other studs besides, you know, Devin Booker on the Phoenix Suns.
So let me, JJ, I'll come to you in a minute. Just stay with us, JJ. I got an interesting conversation working over here. The Chris Paul of it all. We just gave the stat. All these times that he has been in front and had these opportunities, 2-0 up in the finals last year, 2-0 up in this series here. How do you explain, why does this keep happening to Chris Paul?
I mean, I would say, you know, bad luck, but I really don't believe in luck. I mean, I believe you impose your will on whatever game that you're in. It's unfortunate. Obviously, we all know Chris is probably going to come back. He's going to have a great year. But for right now, man, y'all got to come on. It's okay to give CP a little slander. You guys give Paul George the slander when he was in the bubble. You guys give James Harden the slander. talking about his contract. It's okay to give CP some slander.
Yeah.
It's okay. He needed to play better, and he didn't play better. He didn't play better in games we need to play. And it's just unfortunate. And he has to look himself in the mirror, and his teammates have to look at him too as being one of the leaders.
It is remarkable, JJ, because as recently as game 2 of this series, Chris Paul looked like he was the best player on the floor. Jalen was in here talking about how he's like a classic car as opposed to a used car. And literally from that moment forward, it just disappeared completely for Chris Paul. How do we explain it?
Well, we should mention Pat may have a little bit of a personal history with CP, so
No,
there's some bias.
We're
there.
all
There's
well
some bias
aware of
there.
that.
But I think
And we're delighted, candidly, that he's here.
I think Pat's point about CP slander is warranted. Look, this is 5 straight games now where we saw him struggle. The Mavs had a clear strategy. On offense, we're going to be up in his pick and rolls. We're not going to allow him to snake and get to that elbow pull-up. We're going to switch. We're going to shade him to his left. You know, he struggles finishing going left. He struggles shooting going left. So that's a great strategy. On defense, I've never seen a team hunt Chris Paul like the Mavericks hunted him in this series. And Luka wanted all that smoke. Every time CP was on him, he was going right at CP. I think this is a case, big picture here, I think this is a case of the Suns' shot profile catching up with them. This is a team that doesn't shoot a lot of threes. This is a team that doesn't get to the free throw line. They were bottom 5 in the league in both of those categories in the regular season. They were second worst in the playoff in both of those categories. Yes, you could talk about Devin Booker and CP feasting in the mid-range, but at some point, that shot profile caught up with them.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.